What is up, guys? Austin FFA here, or Luna. So I got a pretty insane story for you today, and it involves weed. I haven't done a weed story in a while, or maybe I have. Maybe I'm just retarded. But happy late Thanksgiving. I didn't upload yesterday because I wanted to take the time to enjoy it with my family while I could, and I had a different video planned for today, and I was gonna upload something really special yesterday, but it didn't happen. You're just gonna have to wait and see. It's coming this week, though. I'm sure you can guess what it is. But anyway, I have a story today. It's called "Fighting Off a College Kid for Weed," or fighting a college kid for weed. Sorry, I said that in the wrong order. But this is something you should never do because it's illegal. And the fact of it is, I didn't even know this kid was in college. He thought I was in college, which is hilarious. But I'm just gonna jump right into it. So let's get into the story. So to start this thing off, it all started at a party, a very insane party as it actually was. I don't go to a lot of parties, you guys believe it or not. I have a lot of stories at them, but I don't know. Every time I've gone to a party, I have the worst luck with them every single time I go. So I went to this one house party, and it was at like a really small house. It was like a one-story ranch. I actually live in one, but it was just like a really cramped space, and it was hard to like get around. So I was walking around, guys. Riddle me this bullshit. I was walking around this house, okay? I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking, I wasn't doing anything bad at the time because I don't know, I recently got caught and I just didn't feel like getting caught again. And if you guys are probably wondering how do you guys get how do I get permission to go to these parties? My mom is a very humble person, and she trusts me enough to go to certain parties and not do bad things. So, I gave her my word and I didn't do anything bad. So I was walking around, and there was a bunch of college kids that showed up to this party, and I mean so many. And this one college kid in particular I knew because he he had a really bad rep in his town for fighting, and not to mention he used to rob a lot of people. So what actually happened is I think someone, like, he used to sell and he used to steal people's money, and he'd get in shitloads of trouble. So this kid, he's also very short. Keep that in mind. He's like 4 foot, like, he's like just about 5 feet. He's a midget. And it's funny because this little motherfucker thought he was so tough to just go around and rob everyone and do bad shit. So basically what happened is I was walking around this party minding my own business, and for some reason he thought I was in college. I think someone lied to him, and like I don't know. So here's how it all happened. I was walking and I accidentally bumped into him, and it was a complete accident. And I told you it was a really crowded party to get around. So I bumped into him. It was a complete accident, and I turned around. I was immediately like, I was immediately like, oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry. And I turned around. I was like, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, shut the fuck up. Watch where you're going. And I was like, well, damn, who's shitting your cereal this morning, little guy? And he was like, what'd you just fucking say to me? And I was like, nothing, my bad, my bad. He's like, get the fuck out of here. So, I wasn't going to mess with him. He's in college. I'm not going to fuck with the kid. He's probably got a bunch of older kids who was going to shoot me or something. I'm just fucking with you. He probably would have gotten like a gang to jump me, though, if I tried to do something. So I walked away. And I told my friends, I was like, yo, what the fuck is that kid's problem? Like, I didn't do anything to him, and he was talking a bunch of shit to me, and he's like, oh, he's just a little angry Oompa Loompa, don't worry about him. And I was like, okay. So, at this point, I'm just minding my own business once again. I was sitting on the couch with a couple of my buddies, and he walked by, the college kid walked by, and my one friend was like, yo, why do you gotta mess with my boy Austin over here? And he was like, nothing. He bumped into me. I told him to watch where he was fucking going. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I apologized. And you were still being a dick about it. He's like, I wasn't being a dick. And I was like, yeah, you were. He's like, nah, if anyone's a dick, it's you, big head. And I was like, all right, at least my dick isn't the size of my pinky. And he was like, what'd you just say? And he got all like stepped up to me, and he went like this. And I was sitting there and I was like, you heard me, dude. I'm like, what are you going to do? Fight me? I'm a minor. He's like, you're not a minor. I know who you are. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yep, I know that you're 18. And I was like, really? And I didn't have my ID on me, so I couldn't really show him that I was 16, or not 16, 15 at the time. And I was like, okay, buddy. So I walked up. I sat up, okay? Now, at this party, I didn't do anything bad. And I walked away. I just kind of didn't want to get in any more trouble with this kid. I didn't want to fight him. I don't fight. You guys know that. I don't like fighting. So, I get up and I walk away from the whole situation. And I didn't mention this in the beginning, but I actually brought weed with me. So I had weed with me, and I wasn't doing anything bad. My mom, I had my word with her. I wasn't going to do anything at this party or smoke or drink because keep in mind it was Saturday, the next day was gonna be Sunday, and I didn't want to go to like school. Like sometimes hangovers can last even longer, and I didn't want to go to school with a hangover. So I walk away and I have weed on me. And my one friend, I passed by him in the hallway, and he was asking me if he could buy the weed off me. And, at first I was kind of like, I don't know. But at the same time, I was broke at the time, and I was thinking about maybe getting some food after the party. So I was just like, yeah, man, sure, why not? So he looks at me, and he pulls out like $20, and I only had like a dime on me. He kind of got ripped off, and I feel bad, but I've smoked him up enough. So I pulled out the weed, I gave it to him, he gave me the $20, and right when I handed him the weed, the motherfucker snatched it out of his hand. The college kid snuck around the corner, grabbed the weed out of my friend's hand when I handed it to him, and then walked away. And I was like, yo, I screamed at him, I was like, yo, and he was like, oh, what are you gonna do about it, faggot? And I was like, dude, I swear to fucking God, I'm going to kill you. And he was like, oh yeah, and he went up to me and he pushed me. And I'm sorry, guys, this little fat motherfucker, he went to college, and, like, he thought he was so damn hot. I just went right for it. I mean, I'm a scrawny kid, you guys know that, and he could have easily probably whooped my ass, but I just fucking smashed him in the face. I immediately went for the face and just repeatedly started punching him in the nose as hard as I could. And then he started fighting back, and he got a couple good hits on me, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we each kind of equally beat the fuck out of each other, and, all my friends were like, oh man, you totally killed him, you won. And I was like, nah. And at the same time, all of his friends were saying that he won. So, there was really no verdict at the end, and there was really no winner. But after the whole thing, like, immediately, like, 2 seconds in, it got broken up. He's like, dude, we really want the fucking cops called? Like, he's a minor, you're fighting a minor. And then my one friend who's 18 ran up on this kid and was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're trying to fight a 15-year-old kid, and you're like 19, 18 years old. He's like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I thought he was in college. And he's like, he's not in fucking college. He's a freshman in high school. And he's like, oh, shit, my bad. And I was like, yeah, dude. And at this point, like, my face was a little bruised. I wasn't, like, completely banged up. His nose wasn't, like, broken, obviously. There was no blood involved, thank God. Because, I mean, at that point, someone could have done something about it. But we actually ended up being okay at the end. He actually ended up getting my weed back. I fought him for it. And I gave it to my friend. And my friend was like, oh, dude, I'll pay you even more because of all this. I'm like, nah, it's fine. So in the end, everything ended up being okay. I got my weed back. I sold it to my friend. I actually ended up being okay with this kid. And the college kid and me are kind of acquaintances till this day. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't fight college kids. You can get them in a shitload of trouble for it, and you can get in trouble, and it's just not a good thing. Stay away from parties with people you don't know. That's another word of advice from me. Anyway, wow, this commentary was 8 minutes. Hope you guys leave a like for the long story today. But anyway, this has been Austin Fafero Luna. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Thanksgiving break. If you aren't on Thanksgiving break, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. But anyway, this has been Austin Fafero Luna. Peace.